Lingít Chénach Yedi Yucatuasaku. My name is David Sheakley-Early, and this is a story about the Lingít language revitalization journey of the Lingít nation, as well as a journey to revitalize the Lingít culture within me. The Lingits live in southeast Alaska, parts of British Columbia, and Yukon Territory in Canada. There was a time that Lingits dominated the area with their people and language for 10,000 years. Within the last 100 years, there has been a sharp decline in the language use and culture. I'll talk more about some of those reasons later in the story, but first, I'll start from a different perspective and a different time. In 2013, I was thinking of making a change in my life, and I had an idea that I would go back to school and become an art and biology teacher. It's been a while since I've been in college. I went to the University of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania almost 20 years ago, and I was a little hesitant to become a student again. I shook off my fears and I signed up for classes at the University of Alaska Southeast in Juneau literally a couple of weeks after making the decision and right before the fall semester started. As I was signing up for classes with my advisor, I decided to take a Lingít language class just to meet the requirement for an undergraduate degree in art. I didn't realize then that I would find a part of me that needed to be revitalized. Amongst the many classes I signed up for, I had different kinds of teachers, but my Lingít language teacher was a little different than the rest. Marcia Hotch had a passion and a mission to revitalize the Lingít language at all costs, one class or one student at a time. I found her dedication to the Lingít language to be contagious and honorable. The next semester, I took another Lingít class, and another, and although I had way too much on my plate and I was registered for 6 and 7 classes each semester, I felt the need to keep learning Lingít, so I took another class. Soon I found myself aboard the Language Warrior Express with some of the passion that I learned from Marcia. I was going to still be a teacher of art and biology, but now I've added the Lingít language to the list of content I wanted to teach. My new goal was to integrate these 3 subjects to create a holistic and meaningful learning environment and to spark interest in others to learn the Lingít language. College was not my first introduction to Lingít language. My grandmother Anita Lafferty from Hoonah, Alaska was a heritage speaker of Lingít and her parents before her. I would hear them and others talking Lingít when I was younger. As a kid, I didn't learn Lingít, and I grew up mostly in Erie, Pennsylvania. When I was exposed to Lingít, I really didn't pay much attention to it. My dad didn't speak it, nor did any of his 8 siblings. In fact, a large majority of people in my dad's generation did not speak Lingít either. And there was a reason for that. Yagaw achtuwasigu, kunach dak kachwanegi. In the late 1800s, the U.S. government established boarding schools in Alaska's villages to civilize the native people, which meant in part speaking English only and giving up their culture and customs that they have developed for thousands of years. My grandmother Anita and her young schoolmates were directly affected by the government's civilization efforts of Alaska natives, and they were punished harshly when they spoke their heritage language. Because of these bad experiences, when she and her generation had children of their own, they chose to only teach them English so that they would not have to endure the cruel punishment if they spoke Lingít. In the later years of Anita's life, she realized that the Lingít language was quickly becoming lost, and she worked hard with other native speakers to document and record the Lingít language and to teach it to kids and adults. Thunderbird Anita Lafferty flew into the forest in 2011, but her revitalization efforts carry on in the Lingít language books, recorded audio, and videos that she helped to create along with those she taught. Now I'm working towards a position to continue Grandma Anita's legacy as I get closer to the completion of a Master of Arts in Teaching degree. I plan to continue my journey to teach what I know of the Lingít language and integrate it with art and biology. I hope to make a small impression on the Lingít language revitalization while nurturing my heritage culture and Lingít knowledge. I am a student of the Lingít language, hoping to create more students and awareness. Lingít yuk tangi stu kaltu, khat iak achke, yonge ewone, gunas chish.